The Qin Dynasty founded China's first empire, initiating its expansion in 230 BC by absorbing 6 states of the Zhou dynasty. Although its dominion over Imperial China was brief, lasting from 221 to 206 BC, the Qin dynasty's influence profoundly shaped the cultural landscape of subsequent dynasties. The Qin region, now part of modern-day Shanxi province, was situated north of the Zhou dynasty's lands and acted as a frontier against the less developed states to its north. Its capital, Xianyang, underwent significant expansion once Qin became dominant. Historically, the Zhou dynasty viewed Qin as a primitive and uncivilized state, a perception partly due to its slower adoption of Chinese cultural norms, such as the abolition of human sacrifice. Despite this, Qin's ruling elite saw themselves as rightful successors to the Zhou territories. Over time, they enhanced their diplomatic and political influence using various methods, including forming alliances through strategic marriages. During Duke Xiao's reign from 361 to 338 BC, Shang, an official from Wei who became chancellor, set the stage for Qin's expansion. Shang was a dynamic reformer who thoroughly transformed Qin's societal structure, ultimately establishing a large, intricate bureaucratic state and promoting the unification of the Chinese states. One of Shang major reforms included developing a new recruitment strategy that extended beyond the aristocracy by offering land to peasants who joined the army. This approach fostered a substantial, cost-effective infantry, reducing reliance on pricier chariot troops. After the death of Duke Xiao, Shang faced accusations of treason from conservative nobles and was executed dramatically in 338 BC. Torn apart by 5 chariots as a public spectacle. Nonetheless, his reforms had already set the groundwork for the future Qin Empire. As Qin expanded, it capitalized on the conflict between the states of Shu and Ba in 316 BC, with both states seeking Qin's intervention. Qin took control of both regions and over the following 4 decades relocated thousands of families, continuing its territorial expansions. Ying, who became known as the first emperor of China, ascended to the throne at age 13 following his father, King Zhuangxiang's death in 247 BC, after just 3 years as king. His leadership marked a significant era in Chinese history. Upon becoming the leader of Qin, Ying adopted the title Qin Shi Huang, which translates to First Emperor of Qin and connotes mythical ruler and god. Qin Shi Huang initiated a policy of aggressive territorial expansion. Starting in 229 BC, his forces captured Zhao and proceeded to take over all 5 Zhou states, achieving a unified Chinese empire by 221 BC. Guided by his advisor, the sorcerer Lu Sheng, Qin Shi Huang maintained secrecy about his whereabouts, moving through an elaborate network of tunnels and residing in hidden locations to supposedly engage with immortals. The public was forbidden from writing the emperor's name, and disclosing his location was punishable by death. Qin Shi Huang acted swiftly to integrate the diverse cultures and languages within his vast new territories. A major reform was the standardization of China's written script, which involved replacing varied regional scripts with a unified, simplified script to expedite writing and enhance record-keeping. This standardized script facilitated communication across the empire's linguistically diverse regions, leading to the establishment of an imperial academy to manage all textual content. Significant texts, especially older philosophical works, were collected and controlled, though not destroyed, contrary to later historical claims. Moreover, the Qin standardized weights and measures, producing bronze standards and distributing them to local authorities for use in trade, which simplified economic transactions across the empire. This standardization extended to the minting of uniform bronze coins. These reforms by the Qin Dynasty brought about the first unification of the historically fragmented states within China. The modern name China originates from Qin, as it was previously transcribed as Qin in Western texts. The Qin Empire is celebrated for its impressive engineering achievements, including an extensive network of over 4,000 miles of roads and a major thoroughfare known as the Qinjidao, or Straight Road. This road stretched roughly 500 miles along the Ziwu mountain range and served as a critical route for transporting materials used in building the Great Wall of China. The northern boundaries of the empire were initially defined by a series of border walls, which were ultimately linked and extended to form the early sections of the Great Wall. The construction of the Great Wall was managed by Meng Tian, a prominent Qin road builder who directed 300,000 laborers in building both the wall itself and the necessary roads for moving construction materials. Qin Shi Huang is also remembered for his bold artistic and architectural projects designed to commemorate the magnificence of his reign. Following each military victory, a replica of the vanquished state's royal palace was erected opposite Qin Shi Huang's own palace along the Wei River. These replicas were connected by covered walkways and often featured performers from the newly conquered territories. Additionally, arms captured during these conquests were gathered and smelted to create large statues that adorned Xianyang, the capital, further glorifying the dynasty's expansive reach and power. In his most ambitious project, Qin Shi Huang mobilized 700,000 laborers to construct an expansive underground complex at the base of the Lishan Mountains, intended as his burial site. This site is now recognized as one of the 7 wonders of the world. The tomb was conceived as a subterranean city where Qin Shi Huang envisioned continuing his rule into the afterlife. The elaborate complex features temples, large chambers, administrative structures, bronze sculptures, grounds for animal burials, a scale model of the Imperial armory, terracotta figures of acrobats and officials, as well as an artificial fish pond and river. Just outside the eastern gate of Qin Shi Huang's subterranean necropolis, a massive assembly of life-size statues was constructed. This collection includes nearly 8,000 terracotta warriors, 600 horses, along with chariots, stables, and other relics. Known globally as the Terracotta Army, this extensive array of statues, weapons, and artifacts surrounds the burial site of Qin Shi Huang. Excavations at the site have been hampered by high mercury levels, which are thought to have been used deliberately by the emperor to create artificial rivers and lakes within his tomb. Qin Shi Huang passed away in 210 BC during a tour of eastern China. To conceal his death, his entourage masked the smell of his decaying body with 10 carts of fish. In addition, they crafted a fraudulent directive in the emperor's name to his eldest son, Crown Prince Fu Su, tricking him into committing suicide. This act paved the way for Qin Shi Huang's younger son to ascend to the throne. Within just 2 years, widespread revolts broke out against the new emperor, fostering an environment rife with unrest and conflict. The military leader, Xiang Yu, swiftly overcame the Qin forces, killed the emperor, razed the capital, and divided the empire into 18 separate territories. Liu Bang, assigned to govern the Han River Valley, quickly asserted himself against rival regional rulers and initiated a 3-year campaign against Xiang Yu. By 202 BC, after Xiang Yu's suicide, Liu Bang declared himself emperor, founding the Han Dynasty and incorporating many administrative practices from the Qin era.